What do you guys got today?
Till right there, actually, today.
Nothing. Looking up stuff.
We haven't had anything for a month and a half.
That's who said, "What's up?" That was right when we left yesterday. We didn't see Tessu.
Who?
Tessu.
Oh yeah. I always 69 them up.
What up, okay.
You want me to stop playing? See, white guy comes in trying to make
You should fix the camera. Fix the camera.
No, in today's society, it's
It's like way over there.
what up, Lo? What up, Lo? Yo, y'all both owe me taxes. Better turn them guns in too.
Did you share that down below?
What?
The
Link?
yeah.
Who is this boring ass dude talking to the thing?
Montel Jordan.
Montel Jordan.
He sounds like you on the radio.
Hey
You
man,
want to learn about?
That's not Montel Jordan, that's Montel Williams.
same person.
No, it's definitely not. Montel Williams has a black diamond bracelet. Montel Jordan does not. Montel cured his cancer or was treating it, or one of his family members was it. That's why his ex-wife.
You hear about Chong?
Chong over y'all making
Yeah.
fun of my voice. Seven voices can do nothing about it.
We pimp.
We pimp.
We pimp.
What's up, K-High Radio Network? You're streaming on letstalkpot.com, where we talk pot with your mom. Sometimes, you know, I don't know.
My mom's too. Yeah, we talked about my mom.
It's your boy JWP. All the rest of the guys.
What up?
Dust WP here.
This Diablo.
And I am the beard.
With no beard today.
It's coming back a little bit.
Today,
Only on the left
It's
side.
darker. It's darker.
It's not back enough to be called the beard, though.
I'm the beard though, bastard. Hey, that's the bearded bastard. That should be my name, actually.
Yeah, that's a good name.
it's Word Wednesday tonight at the 420 Speakeasy. So we're going to go support Gravity and Row.
Hell yes.
We're going to try. It's been a long week.
DJ
I'm already
Gravity
falling asleep.
nominated again. DJ of the Year. CS Indie Awards.
Hell yeah. Big ups, DJ Gravity.
Seen a lot of other
Yeah.
family names in there. So
Man, that comedian that he was working with,
The Magician.
the magician,
Yeah.
he was pretty badass.
With the dude, we were 8, 9 deep at a table.
Yeah,
And he
just
came
scary.
over and had all of us pick a card. And then that dude showed us all of our cards.
It was amazing.
It wasn't like one person took it. All of us had a card. And he did fancy throw it in the air things. Like,
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
It
That's
was
sign
pretty
language.
wild.
fancy throw it in the air.
Yeah.
He did. Like, he hit probably 3. It was like the what are those restaurants called where they cook right in front of you? The
Hibachis.
Hibachi,
Yeah,
yeah.
hibachis. He was like a hibachi chef, you know what I mean, with his cards. He'd fling it 4 or 5 feet in the air and it'd come down right in your hands. Like,
Yeah, you'd be like,
damn,
that is
that's my
card.
yeah, it was pretty sweet. You know, I don't get amazed by magicians too often unless they're good. And man, he was damn good.
Yeah, to me, man, with 8 people when they get their cards all, it's like,
Oh.
okay, that's
Magicians
Right.
have a phenomenal task to overcome to even captivate an audience. There's not too many magic tricks that the general public hasn't seen. So
Yeah.
first off, you have to be hella original, you know, or take a trick to another level, like you said, 9 cards instead of 1.
yeah.
But they have to overcome the fact that you already know they're psyching you out, they're tricking you. You already know it's not real. And then a good musician will still capture your attention for an hour. You know what I mean? Even though you know damn well he put that shit in his pocket and pulled it back out later. You know? And you still went, wow. You You know, so like
The sleight of hand.
I give it up to magicians, man. That's a craft that is passed down from father to son and grandfather to the younger grandkids. And like magic tricks aren't told to the public unless you know the guy that does the trick and like he's trying to teach you or something. So like it's a mystery. It's one of those mysterious jobs. Like, how did you become a magician? You know, like
You gotta be quick with those hands.
Yeah,
Quick.
man. My dad, my grandpa, me and J-Dub's grandpa, taught my dad this card trick. My dad taught me when I was probably maybe about 15. I begged him to show me for years how he did it. And finally, when I was maybe about 15, 16 years old, he showed me and he was like, you cannot tell anybody this trick. This is our family trick.
yeah.
And to this day, I've done that trick probably 100 times.
I've never seen it.
And I
I've
have,
never seen it either.
I have never told anybody how it was done.
Yep.
It's
See, you're
never,
bringing this up now. We're all like, we've been friends for a long
yeah,
ass
I'm
time.
upset about that.
I've
I've
never seen
never
this
heard
trick.
about a card trick for a
I didn't know you
Find a
knew
deck
magic.
of cards and I will do it on there.
Do the math. Here's why you guys haven't seen it yet. There's 365 days in a year. He's known this trick for 15 years, done it 100 times. That's less than 1/3 of 1 year.
Yeah.
The odds are
Good
in
way
your
to put it
favor.
in perspective.
I'm a numbers guy, man. I'm a realist. You know, I have hopes and dreams. I don't put my faith in them. I go out and work. Good things come to those who go out and get them.
Oh, you can put your faith in this card trick.
I'm gonna go see
Yeah.
a deck of cards
Do it.
and I'm gonna see it.
I wanna see
Find
it.
it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
They might have a deck cards here. Shit.
man, we got tons of stuff coming up. Rock the Canyon is coming up.
Yes, the
Man.
flyer got released
The
today.
flyers released. We are ready to go, man. We are grinding. We are moving forward. Looking forward to Sundays. The only DJs in Colorado Springs playing local hits back to back.
Just to throw a quick little Rock the Canyon info out there, Green Life Grannies and Dab Queens just signed on today.
Really?
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
two more vendors you can go out there and collect information and progress your own personal movement with right there. So
And we had a deadline of the 15th to sign up, but if you're like, oh, I missed it, I was out of town, I didn't have my funds, hit us up. We're good dudes.
We're
We'll let you in.
still, yeah, we're still, we had to put that deadline out there because we have a lot to cover. We have stages
Yeah.
to buy and build, which
More
reminds
potties.
me, get on me, please, after we leave here so we can call
Joe
the
Scaffold.
scaffolding guy.
Joe Scaffold.
Hey,
Yeah.
you told me to remind
That's
you
how he
about
saved
something
him.
also.
Yeah, Joe Scaffold.
What did you tell me to remind you of? You told
That's
me
why I
to-
told you to remind me.
Yeah.
Damn it, Diablo.
We go in circles. Remind me of this. Hey, remind us of this. Hey, remind
Put it
us
on
of
everybody
this.
else. But yeah, we need to get that stage handled. But I know he was.
Oh,
He's looking forward to it.
remind all of us later. Soko MMJ wants us to mention on there.
Oh,
I got
God.
this. Quit reading it
Just
off
stop
the
reading
text message.
stuff, Diablo.
Soko
Soko
MMJ.
MMJ is going to give you a discount if you mention K-High.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right. We'll see.
I'm the one that wrote that text to you. I
don't
understand.
read that.
That's why I told you to stop reading it
Yeah,
off the phone,
that makes
because
sense.
I'm the one that wrote it. That was just for us.
Okay. Okay.
Soko MMJ, which is one of our sponsors of not only Tailgate 98.5, but Let's Talk Pot.com and 1040.
Yep.
And soon to be
land of the
104
Patterson
point
joints.
something. But they sponsor this march through cannabis, and they wanted us to say that anybody that goes into their store and mentions that they heard a Soko MMJ commercial on air,
Uh-huh.
or you go in and mention that you were tuned into K-High,
K-High or tailgate?
or Tailgate,
Gotcha.
and they will give you a free lighter with your purchase. Just hand it to you for
Awesome.
listening. Here's a
There you
lighter.
go. I
Like
could
that
always
big
use a
fat
lighter.
doobie that you get every
Yep.
so often.
Yeah, so if you go in there and purchase anything, you got something to light it with.
Man, I want a Soko lighter.
Yeah, man.
Man, I love Soko.
Yeah, I
They're
love
one of the
light.
longest and truest dispensaries out there. They don't do any backdoor anythings. They've been upfront with every client they've ever had. Dust worked there for a long time. I damn near did.
And I think there's
Y'all are good.
nobody in this town that could beat the size of their joints.
Oh yeah,
no,
and
no, not for the price.
No,
We're gonna
not at all.
sound- we're gonna sound weird as hell here in a month or so. Like Yeah, we got WP Nation, our dispensary is open. Stop by SoCo. They are
Well, I
badass.
give zero.
It ain't gonna stop.
I give zero shits because there's a couple dispensaries I swear by, and I'm going to swear by this
Yes.
when we have a dispensary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
it
there's
comes
room
down
for
to-
everybody.
It comes down
you
to
know.
product, and it comes
Yeah.
down to where you're at. in the
What Dust
city
is saying
at
is
that
that
time of day.
if some business moguls listen and they're like, these idiots, why would they promote somebody else? You want dollars in your wallet, unless that other guy shares wallets with
Well,
you.
because I love the
You
other
know,
people's stuff.
But yeah, that's the thing is love trumps dollars in my
Yeah.
book all day long.
You know,
I know
'cause
in Dust and everybody else, we all need them. But
High Country Healing, Grow Life, you know, like I love all the people that work there, that own it.
Yeah.
You know, they come hang out. They're great people. You
Yeah.
know, like they're
I
still
bet
gonna be
you every
great
person
people.
that ever worked at Porsche, I bet a couple of them owned a Toyota. You know, I'm just saying, like it's okay.
Yeah.
We need those people, or we have no industry.
Let's do before we forget, and it's 7 o'clock again.
Somebody put a pin in front of me. I didn't even notice.
I did that by way of our guest. SoCo MMJ that we were just talking about, home of the fattest pre-roll for $1 in the state, probably in the country.
Only on holidays.
I think you can
Rub and
buy
Grub
them.
KC Barbecue.
Yay!
It's about
The
time,
rig just
man.
showed up.
Speaking of,
One of the
Tinkerbell.
Teamster Bell Ferry was just we're doing sponsors right now.
Aww. And the little
No,
fairy.
but they just heard you say that.
Yeah, a little fairy
So,
flew in and
Rub and
saved
Grub,
our day with the
KC
dabbers.
Barbecue, Pipes Peak, Canyon City, and Colorado Springs, Tincture Well, Pueblo, and Colorado Springs.
Temporal.
Yeah, no,
Tincture
I'm
Well.
listed up there. What do we got? Don Martin, Professional Contractors and Laborers.
Oh, I'm coming after
Joshua
you today.
Tattoos, 420 Speakeasy,
you got MMJ.
M&J Construction, Club Pothole, Mr. Nice Guy,
Joshua
WeedPimpStore.com.
Tattoos.
Got that
You
one.
got that one. And if I forgot you, I will get my notebook out before I do this again.
Didn't do.
Rock the Canyon. You know I've been doing this
WeedPimpStore.com.
countdown. Today's the 17th. So
Yo,
it's
go check out Weed Pimp's 3rd annual Rock the Canyon.
1 month
We
from
are
today.
about to kill it. We got potluck headlining. How many locals we got?
Oh, we got where's the flyer? Man, we got I'm gonna
It's
miss people.
ridiculous.
Like,
No,
off the top of
do
my
you
head,
have
but
a
I got-
number?
It's
No, I
probably
don't have it off
around
the top of my head,
20.
but it's
I bet it's around 20.
2025. But
Something
we
like
got
that.
we got Colorado acts from Fort Collins, you know, Pueblo. It's not just the Springs. It's not that. We've got people coming in
Utah.
from Texas,
New Mexico.
Idaho.
You are?
Huh? I said we got people.
Out of
Said
bed.
Idaho.
Yeah,
Out of
Idaho.
Pip.
Idaho. Yeah.
Out of Pip.
Whatever. Yeah, you know, Cali. We got people coming from the whole country. You know, rock out. You know, Potluck, Acrobatic, MBS, Virtuoso, Mondo
Snow
Vibrations.
Yes.
No?
They're having visa problems, so we're
Oh, yeah,
replacing
no
the
snow
Acrobatic.
Acrobatic, but still Virtuoso and
The MBS are
Romani,
coming,
yes.
yeah.
They're still coming.
Then the second stage is ridiculous as well. Got some of
And
the best
I
DJs
just wanna
in
say-
the state.
While we're talking about the music, and Gary handles the lineup on the band part of the side, and we'll get into your DJ side in just a second, but good job handling that little hiccup. We won't mention who it was or anything,
Yeah.
but there was a hiccup, and Gary was like, F you, bud, fix your end, our end's correct, and then it was fixed like 10 minutes later. So
Yeah.
good job, Gary.
Yeah,
Way to
it
man
could've
up
been
and
a
be
big
like, you
deal.
ain't walking on the little company.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are lost because it was handled like that.
Yeah.
It was handled like that. Yeah.
You'll be impressed when we tell you about it.
Well, that's the main stage side, and then DJ Chris Diablo over here has got another 25 DJs coming across the Dank Dome stage, which is a geodesic dome, all lit up and whatever it does. It's crazy. It's 30 feet around, 18 feet tall. We've got mad DJs and the Stoner
Surreal
High
Razor's
Girls.
gonna help us out, doing
Yeah.
it with some lasers as well.
Yep.
It's gonna
So
be dope. You got some of the best DJs in this state.
you guys really went
Hands
above
down.
and beyond on your selections here.
And
And
you know what?
unfortunately, we couldn't include everybody that we wanted to. And most of those people were okay with that because they know, you know, that they're not going away, we're not going away, and there'll be another year. And we're only going to include more stages as this thing grows. So
Well, then we also got the third stage, which is also
what?
slash the rec tent.
Yeah, the stand-up
Oh,
comedy.
okay.
we're at all-
I was
yeah,
like, oh,
it's
so
gonna
we
be-
did grow, huh?
You're going to be able to walk around this property this year and be entertained everywhere you are.
I'm about to walk the plank and see if I get pushed off. We're giving away Rock Canyon tickets today, 2 of them.
Yep.
Push. Oh, no, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And did we
Push the
mention
tickets.
that with every ticket, you also get a chance to win a car?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
1990
wait.
Honda Accord by
Yeah.
way of 420 Speakeasy and the Weed Pimp Nation. We're giving somebody a
brand
car.
new to you car.
Yeah.
1990
So
Honda
everybody
Accord.
that buys a ticket gets a raffle automatically. Then you can buy additional raffles for only $10.
Yep.
And you drive away with the car.
And then we're gonna have also other raffles and stuff like that for prize bags and stuff like that, lower cost, but $10 raffle tickets and you can walk away with a car. Rock the Canyon this year. I don't know of anybody that gave away a freaking car.
Anybody ever in the history of ever?
Not that I know of at an event like this, like a,
I was wondering what just happened.
I don't know. Dustin said fuck the world and walked out.
Yeah, everybody just dipped.
I went to go get one of the ladies a chair, and then I'm gonna dip in a second and you go get another chair.
Yeah.
But
But man,
I just want to say again, thank you. But wait a second. Wait a second. This lady brings us the thank you very much, I was going to say, for bringing us the dab rig, but she's over here hitting it before we even get a chance to. We're the ones working and stuff.
I have birthday cake at home waiting.
hold
Get a
on.
birthday cake.
I have to
Your
go.
birthday
I
again?
have to go, gentlemen. There's birthday cake at the house.
there was one issue that was brought up. Christy Wheeler brought it up.
Uh-oh.
Colorado City, when you do the directions on the map, there is no Colorado City to this address, only to Rye. So,
Well, that's
what do you think
because
we should do
Colorado
about that?
City and Rye kind of have a blurry gray area.
Okay. I
And
didn't know
we're
that
in
was
the,
like-
the section of Rye that we're actually in is Colorado City. It just has a Rye address. We put Colorado City on the flyer because we're technically closer to that than we are the actual Rye.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
rural
Just
land
not
out
trying to
there.
confuse it.
What
So
we should
out there
do-
in county land, like everything is kind of just Rye goes to that tree stump over there. And you know, like, so we're in Colorado City. It's just a technical Rye address.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that, like
The address that's
Colorado
on there.
City, and then
Parentheses, like Rye.
down in the corner somewhere we'll put
Could
for
possibly be
GPS.
Rye.
No, GPS directions.
Yeah,
Google this address. Blah 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 blah. Right, Colorado.
gotcha.
Yeah, thank you, Christy, for,
Yeah, I just,
for keeping us in line.
yep.
On
We're-
the toe.
She's
And
like,
we are
Also for being
gonna
a year
drive.
this morning.
We're gonna drive the route there, and we're gonna give step-by-step directions and actual mileage down this road.
Can we give them
This time.
hillbilly directions? Can we be like, you drive on down there to the
The gray
holler
stone,
over there, and then you
The
go
gray
down there to the
stone.
church.
Turn
It
where
used to
the
be a
squirrels
gas
at.
station.
There's always these 2 goats standing here. You take a left at the goats.
You go to where
What
you
if
see
the
the
flowers
horse
aren't
in the
there?
face.
No,
There's gonna
they're
be a yellow
always
flower.
there.
Unless they
We
ate
should all
that
put out
flower.
our best
Yeah.
barrels real quick and have fun with that story. Do you guys want to go around and do birthdays real quick? We usually do that pretty early.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
I have a
birthday
special
to
one, and she's
you.
not going to hear it.
Happy
But
birthday.
happy birthday to my now 11-year-old daughter, Madison.
Happy
Even though
birthday
you're not
to you.
listening and you'll never hear this, I love you and happy birthday.
Oh, she might
Yeah,
one
it's on
day.
the YouTube.
Yeah, you're
forever,
going
son.
to YouTube.
Yeah,
forever.
When
well-
she's 21, she can get on the YouTube and watch it.
Yeah.
If she or I remember by then, you can give us each a cookie.
Dude, it's right around the corner, bro.
Happy birthday, Madison.
How old is she today?
11, man.
Yeah. 10 years, nothing.
Nothing.
You're about to be 70,
For
bro.
real.
I got a birthday. Rock from Mythologic. It's his birthday today.
Right on, right on.
Happy birthday, dude.
We got Sizzle's brother, Casey. It's his birthday. Eric Conley. Our homie, Robin and Matt up on in Cascade. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Long time we've been supporters there. Brady Yeager and Michael Bermudez.
Yeah,
His
it's M-Rock.
birthday. Yep,
M-Rock.
M-Rock. Oh, M-Rock. That's mine. I'm done. Sorry.
I got Jessica Malik and Shale LePage from old school
Man, it's
DJ friend of mine. He was on Kilo. He was on. He worked for me at Deja Vu for a long time.
Why'd you whisper?
Really?
He worked for you at Deja Vu. Huh?
No, we worked together. I'm stripping in the units.
Yeah,
Don't worry about me.
oh, you guys were the 3 ugly ones.
I didn't used to, but now
Yeah,
I
That's
got
where
to.
the slogan came
No, we're
from.
both DJs and managers. So
You manage the clothes coming off.
sometimes.
Did you ever have to be like, now listen, I know you're trying real hard,
You guys want to hear some?
but you're just not stripping right.
Then you gotta show them.
And then you showed them?
You're like, we need some one-on-one training.
Diablo said that, not us.
No, but what's the conversation like when you're a manager at a strip club? Like when a girl just sucks at stripping, what do you got to tell them? That you just suck at taking your clothes off, get out of
You
here?
want me to get raw with this? Let me tell you some.
I asked you the
drama?
question, dude.
All right. The worst thing that I had to deal with as a strip club manager.
The
There were two
crabs
things.
on the pole.
No. One,
The syphilis on the bar?
no, but the smell of one girl. Yeah. She
Yeah.
really lap dance and stuff
That's
like
enough. And in today's news, in my grandma's
that. I told
house,
you.
dinner's up.
Okay, but how'd you deal? How'd you handle that though? Did you just have to be straight up like,
Do you know how hard it is to tell a girl that, hey, you need to take care of yourself?
No, I don't.
Down yonder. It's
You call
embarrassing
me
for
next time. You call me next time.
I
If
know.
I
you
walk
just-
into a room and the whole place smells like the fish aisle, then
yeah, I mean,
What
like,
the
God
fuck?
damn, you already smell like fish.
you're not doing anybody a favor. By not saying
Yeah, like
anything.
customers would complain and like want their money back.
Yeah,
So it's
you
not
gotta
like she
tell
did.
them.
Yeah,
Like-
stinky vagina.
Like she didn't know. Crazy.
That's funny.
That was a long time ago.
I managed a construction company.
We're going to commercial
And there
on
was
that
a
stripper
stinky
story.
stripper the whole
This
time.
is KI. Let's talk pot.com. We are the Weed Pimps. We'll be right back.
Support the merch game at weedpimpstore.com. Buy a pink hat. Bring it along.
Get that stuff going.
We gotta come up with a new thing first.
We make- Oh yeah, I forgot. I got a couple. What are you thinking?
What in the world?
Sauce
for Dilly.
What are you thinking as far as
Gosh, that's gross.
like what
That
you
is disgusting.
Hey, did that one person send you the WP thing
with that one?
with the mountains
How about
behind it
I
and
don't
the
know.
Colorado sign behind it?
I don't know.
It needs to be graphicked out.
Yeah.
But I do like that concept.
What you have?
Is this yours, Gina?
Because it has to be something
Yes.
simple. It needs to be like,
I figured
couple
the guys
lines.
wasn't rocking this.
Let's have those. What? The pink, maybe.
No, it's not.
You got the purple one and the fuchsia and the
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. That's purple.
he's engulfed in them.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Yeah, we gotta make sure your
Gorp
tables are turned down and all that shit. And then we know what we're doing next time on Sunday.
Yeah, I was thinking that sounded a little bit like I couldn't even say that
surreal
earlier.
shared this.
You know what, Leanne? I'm talking to you a little about it. You need the buddy.
It sounded very cool though, I heard it.
I think it's cool that a couple groups of parties do that more.
That's just disgusting.
Tell you, the fire sign makes the world of difference.
Huh?
Fire
Oh, yeah, it already has. Oso Negro posted, or I mean, who was it?
The MC from Ghost Palace is like, I think I'm gonna pack the car with the family instead of flying. You know, now realizing everything that's involved in it, he's like, oh man, I bring my family. We have a vacation. You know, like
I mean, from where we're at, they can get to the mountains in an hour. Go have that if they want.
We have so much work left to do this month. You gotta realize that.
That's why we're collecting loot right
We
now.
need to get tickets out there.
on the YouTube.
I know, we need to get, what, did anyone talk to Independent as far as ticket drop off? Where people can get tickets? Yeah, we're trying to find out. Independent. Do we bring our tickets?
Number one and number two.
The tickets for
We need to put every
You guys
guy,
are number 3?
Zephyr runs.
we just gotta keep
You know
track
our
of it.
YouTube show, right? She's gonna go diarrhea.
I'm going to go in my car.
You're gonna go diarrhea in your car? God, Leanne, there's people watching on YouTube. Sorry, YouTubers.
YouTubers,
Man,
2 days.
that was my cousin's wife.
This stupid rain, man. Right when we were filling up the pool for Madison earlier, started lightning and thundering. And the kids just boned out inside.
We're having a conversation in the in the background while you're listening to the Black Mask. We are back. High Drive at 5 with the Weed Pimps. K-High, letstalkpod.com. We're going to give away Rock the Canyon tickets today. 2 of them.
2 pairs.
2 pairs? What do they got to do?
1 for YouTube, 1 for the listeners.
All right.
First YouTube watcher to put RTC up on the comment thread, you got a pair of YouTube. You got a pair of Rock Canyon tickets. And give us a call. If you're interested in going to Rock Canyon, you got a pair of Rock Canyon tickets.
719-591 Kush.
And that's weekend passes.
Yeah, full weekend. You get to come hang out the whole weekend for nothing, just for calling or saying RTC on YouTube.
And I'm pretty proud to say that these tickets are only $40.
Yeah, for
Like,
all
even if you
weekend.
don't win free ones, I know.
You know
can-
what?
Between now and the next month, you can monkey stash $40.
We have 3 days left to do actually 2 days left to do our U.S. Cannabis Expo stuff. So let's add a pair of those tickets to both the Rock Canyon tickets too.
I'm
So that's
down.
4 sets of tickets.
Man, we are taking gangs of people to Kansas.
That's
we,
what
have,
we do.
we have people coming from out of town. We got like all kinds of people.
Oh, nobody wants.
Oh, you know who I talked to
what
today?
What?
Paul said we sounded super stoned yesterday because we had dead air time in between. And
Well, we
all
are
like,
super stoned. We're the Weed Pimps.
yeah.
They knew it when they asked us to do the show.
I got a call today from Bob Kraus.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Bob Kraus was one of the first Colorado medical marijuana patients to really heavily get messed with. His house. He's about, I want to say, a 65-year-old man. Got diagnosed with leukemia and decided to treat his leukemia strictly with Phoenix Tears. Give me 1 sec. What up? You're with us. What up, Tim? We doing good, brother. How are you? You got it, my man. Some Rock the Canyon tickets? All right, brother. We got a pair of weekend tickets for you. There you go. It's that easy.
The girl you bring cannot wear clothes though.
Yeah, that's rules. Except for around the kids area. And then when she's in the rec area.
They gotta go.
I'm totally joking, bro. I'm stoked that you called in and won these tickets.
Oh
Yes,
man,
sir,
we
it
had
was.
a good. I cannot get out of that cloud crawl with my eyes open.
Yeah, my man was dying. Yeah. It's a lot of wax.
We were in the middle of the last stop, and Dust is like, "Anybody want to take me to my car? It's time for me to go."
I was big, boy. My eyes were steady shit.
But I
You
mean,
weren't even
we
open, you were
worked
just
a-
standing there with your eyes closed.
We worked a 12-hour shift before that even started that day, so like it wasn't all weed.
It had a banging show the night before. Like we constantly go. Tim's been signing up for like the cloud crawls. He's been showing up to the shows. Yeah, like we do a lot, Tim, don't we?
Man,
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Tim. Getting these tickets.
We up. Yeah,
So Bob Kraus.
that's the homie Tim. Bob Kraus. He chose to treat his leukemia solely with Phoenix Tears. The only time he went to the doctor was to go get his tumor sized and see how it was working. The doctors were amazed the whole time. They were asking him what he was doing. He was saying, "Phoenix Tears, leave me alone," because they
Right.
wanted to put him on all sorts of drugs. They wanted to nuke him with chemotherapy and stuff. And this was, when was that, Jada? Probably 2011, 2012, yeah.
Somewhere in that vicinity.
So maybe 3 to 4 years ago, the police, this was right when all the laws were coming into effect with caregivers were changing. Caregivers were really starting to grow because Colorado really had like a maybe 8 to 10 year process where dispensaries were legal. You could build a dispensary and sell weed out of a dispensary with no special licensing, but it was like everybody was too scared to do it, or it was a huge gray area. There was no
It was
license.
that federal part that really scared people.
Yeah, and there was no real licenses that, you would go to the state or the city clerks to go get a sales tax license. You're like, hey, I want to open a medical marijuana store. What kind of license do I need? And they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So you
Because they
just
didn't have
got,
them yet.
yeah, you just got a retail tax license because you're a retail store.
Yep.
So
That was the Wild
the
West.
the laws were all changing. Well, right about 2010, it really just kind of blew up all at once. Hundreds of stores all over, caregivers growing all over, and it really had been like that for a few years. But it just really started coming where like everybody and their mother was growing pot and had it around and this and that. So
It was
Bob
the Wild
Krause,
West.
It was.
Bob Krause had leukemia, and he started a garden for the reasons that medical marijuana is around. You have to have a large number of plants to make a sufficient amount of tears.
Yep.
Because
It's
when you're
concentrate.
taking a gram a day, like I believe Christy was saying, she gets a 10% return. So if you take 400 grams of marijuana, that's just under 2 ounces shy of a pound.
Yeah.
A pound is 448. If you take 400 grams, you're getting 40 grams of medicine.
Out of all that.
And at a gram a day to cause apoptosis, at least a gram a day,
Yep.
that's only 40 days of medicine. So that's a little over a month. You're looking at $2,500 a month in marijuana that you have to go buy,
Yeah. And it
or
doesn't
you
grow
can
that
grow
fast.
your own.
And it
Yes.
doesn't grow that fast.
Yes,
To
so you
keep up
have
with the
to-
demand.
You have to have so many plants in flower, so many plants in veg. Then you have to worry about spreading out your crops to where these 10 plants are going to come down this month. These 10 plants are
Yeah.
going to come down in the next 3 weeks. These 10 plants are going to come down next 3 weeks after that to really get your medicine. So right there, we just said 40 plants for a. I would
40
say
dish
you'd
plants.
need 10 plants to get the meds that you would need to make it as long as you would need to the next harvest. So
Yeah.
let's say 40 plants in a room that are flowering. That means you have to have an 80 plant card count.
Yeah, because you have
Because-
to have plants vegging.
You don't necessarily have to have plants vegging, but you can only have half of your count flowering. So if you have 80 plants, you can only have 40 flowering. You are allowed to have 40 more vegging, but you can't have those
They're going
flowering.
to get so behind if you don't have vegging. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Your account has
Yes.
to be so super high to cover that.
Yes. So this guy, Bob Krause, was growing, I'm not sure how many plants, but he was within his legal red card amount. The police, he was before Elisa, wasn't he? They were right around the
yes,
same time.
Yeah.
Elisa, owner of SoCo MMJ, I think is now 3 years to
I
the
think
date,
Bob
a
was
couple weeks
first.
ago. Bob got the police came in like he was some freaking mafia member, kicked in his door, put this 65-year-old man that's fighting leukemia down on the ground, handcuffed him, took him to jail, took all these meds that he's been working,
Chopped them
for,
down.
chopped all his plants down, everything. And this dude has been following the law, everything that has been given to us, just like Elisa did with SoCo MMJ, following the law to the T. And the police didn't know what they were doing and kicked in his door, took him to jail.
That sounds like some terrorist shit.
Exactly. They're
You haven't been watching the
doing
police
what
lately?
they're doing what they wanted to do because they were uneducated and were unwilling to get educated.
Yeah.
So time goes by. These guys go to court with Bob Kraus. They take him to court. They're trying to give this dude
Years.
60-some years, a sentence that he will not outlive.
Yeah.
Let alone he wouldn't outlive a 2-year sentence without the Phoenix Tears.
Yeah. That's what's keeping them alive.
Exactly. So he goes to court, fights this, just like Elisa did.
Yeah.
And over, I don't know how much time, but over a pretty lengthy amount of time, he won his case. They took so many pounds, excuse me. They took so many pounds of pot from him, as well as cut down so many trees of his.
Yeah.
Colorado has put a number on how much a pot plant is worth, and I don't know what that number is, but there is a
Actual figure.
yes, a suable number for a ungrown pot plant that he can sue for. So at the end of this case, they had another case that
A civil suit after that? Against them?
I don't know if there definitely I don't know if there is a civil suit or is going to be a civil suit, was a civil suit. But what happened is they had another case to where they heard the prosecuting side and Bob Kraus' side whether the police needed to give back the meds or not.
Yeah.
All the weed that they took from them and everything. And it's in our state constitution that they do have to.
So what happened with that case?
So the judge said that you must give the meds back. Bob won that case as well. Then the Colorado Springs Police Department filed an appeal that says we cannot give this marijuana back to Mr. Bob Kraus, because if we do, the federal government will come arrest us as drug dealers. And so
Ridiculous.
now the reason that Bob Kraus called me this afternoon is that this case is now was just accepted by the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Yeah, damn right. They owe him his. Yeah, they need
Yes.
to give him his stuff back.
And
And
this-
this set.
And it's
That's
not
awesome.
only just for Bob's meds, which is really, by now all those plants that got cut down they just are going to have to pay him. The meds
Yeah,
that
they're
they
gone.
have
Yeah.
are
Is it
dried
still
up
$3
in
grand a
garbage.
plant?
Something
It
like
was
that.
like 2 or 3 grand. The police have to pay you per plant if they kill your stuff.
Yes.
Just
So
give him a check. Give him a check.
he's going to
He's
get
going
a check.
for it.
He's going to get a check.
That's awesome.
But
Congratulations,
the
Bob.
big thing about this case is that one, Bob Kraus is very outspoken,
Yes.
good with his words, and stands his ground. He is an
He's an
awesome
activist.
advocate.
Yeah. And an activist. I mean, throughout the state. So, I mean,
But he's off doing some stuff for about a week, and then we're gonna
That is
have him
awesome.
on the show. And I'm just telling you, man, we're gonna be able to. We will pretty much put our mics down, and this dude is going to tell you how it is, man. He's an awesome speaker.
He is.
Man. The shit when he talks, man, he gives me goosebumps.
And you know what? Both Elisa and Bob. So you got a 65-year-old man and a 5-foot woman that these police went in like terrorists on.
Yes,
You know, like it's disgusting.
yes.
It's
And
it's
by the
sad.
way, Bob's tumor has shrunk. I didn't get a chance. We talked for probably an hour on the phone today, and I just totally forgot to ask his exact numbers. But Bob's tumor, I want to say last numbers that J-Dub and I heard maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago was like a third.
yeah, I think it was at the park. Remember that park he was telling us all about?
Yeah.
Yep, I
And-
remember.
A third, and he hasn't taken any
Any pills.
doctor referrals. The doctors have told him he's crazy for trying to fight this with marijuana. And this guy is living a normal life, quality life. He has all his hair.
Yep,
You know, he is not walking around like he just stepped out of a microwave.
yep. And then the doctors are all blown away with
and then
his
add the
success.
fact that it's working to the point that he was able to go through the stress of that ordeal.
That was
Very
a
true.
big thing for him too, man. Because I was there when J-Dub and I were there protesting on the courthouse steps along with, I don't know, 50 other people every morning during his trial. And
That's
he
right or
was,
die. I mean,
he was
60 years, I think. It was what he was
the
looking
age that he had and then the disease that he had, it was really testing for him and
Oh,
his
yeah,
body.
that's stress,
you know,
man.
It-
A healthy individual will go through a case like that. And,
Yeah.
at. Be wiped out.
yeah, and just be exhausted.
There was days when Bob could have been just, oh jeez. There was days when Bob could have just been angry at the world, you know, and just
Yeah, every
lashed
right
out
to
at
be.
anybody and had the right to feel that way, and he never did. I never witnessed it. I mean, I'm not gonna say he never did at us or anybody protesting or riding.
Oh,
with
he
him through the
lashed out.
case.
He lashed out very smartly, though.
Well, no,
Exactly.
yeah, but not like, damn it, J-Dub, I've had a bad day. Just stand over there and get out of my face.
He
Like,
Yeah.
stuck
never,
it to him
never.
where you get him stuck.
The way
'cause
Bob's anger came out, man, is he'd have the 50 people in front of the courthouse and he would stand up and have a talk right there in front of
Yeah,
everybody.
speech.
It was like him standing on a podium. It was awesome. All right, guys, we out of here. Okay, hi, we pip. See you on the flip side, man.
Stay blazed. I just watched a live birth in a car.
Yo, our bad. I didn't hear. We were deep in that discussion. I didn't hear the countdown. Our bad.
He's pissed, bro, because he ain't sending me shirts.
Yeah. He's like, it's just full of shit. Summer's like, fuck y'all.
I can't believe that just happened. I had to see that. I'm trying to say something smart. Also.
Did you
Well, it
mute
is-
Diablo's mic when he started talking about stinky girls?
Didn't you want to see it?
You don't want to talk to us, bro. Someone was like,
Sonar, you're there.
Look at his bed.
He's probably in the middle of telling somebody else.
It's hard to read on here, but it's better than
It's a 1990 Honda Accord, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
you're lost now, bro.
I know.
Why don't you just go to your page where you shared it? Get off my page.
You need your page. So I am on your page. All right.
You know?
Don't worry about me. I do it this way. All right. That's hard to see. It's better on your phone because you can zoom in.
You better send him his fucking gear, Gary.
For your merch shoes.
The sizes. He's trying to put it on you.
You did just try to put it on.
No, I have given you the sizes now.
How many times you go to his house a week? Like every day?
Every day.
No. I was not every day.
You work.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
bet
pick
you
up
never
Gary
mind.
until like 3:45 today.
You don't wake him up or something?
I did all kinds of laundry today and stuff. So don't even.
Sick poster. Thanks. You hear that, right?
Well, I'm gonna stab you right in the side. Right in the side. You know that, right?
Y'all should have got Yoo-Hoo to sponsor this.
You know, last year someone walked up to J.O. and
Oh,
gave him a while he was rapping. And you know, J.W. does most of you.
So
There, you can read it right there, good.
Harriet likes it.
I didn't say there was something wrong with like the YouTube stuff. Shit.
No, Harriet likes the flyer. Oh. In the Save-A-Ho parking lot.
You okay? All day, all day.
I should have tried that with my mom. Are you smoking that reefer? Mom, just turn it down a little bit. You'll be fine. K-High Radio Network, letstalkpot.com. Stream us worldwide. Scream us worldwide. Team us worldwide. Should I keep going? No? Right? I don't have any more really. Kind of lost it there. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking pot and everything else. Just is steady looking up some stories. I'm over here zoning out. They're normal.
Yeah, Dustin is looking up stories. I see the Google or the search he's got and it says stuff.
It said weed stuff.
Dustin's actually looking up stuff. Oh,
So
So did the independent nominations come out?
yeah,
Are they out
we
there?
said that.
Yeah, we talked about how our family was all over that. All right.
Yeah.
I've had like 6 dabs since then, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Everybody's just kind of
Man.
staring at computers.
yeah, this
Kinda
was.
weird.
Hey, you
Well,
guys.
I got some for you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I got something too.
10 pranks to try while you're high to your buddies. I'm gonna just send this shit to you guys. All right. Well, number one.
If we come get you.
All right. Open every drawer, cabinet, and door in the kitchen. Leave the room and play cool. When your friend enters the kitchen, he will freak the fuck out.
Because everything's
Yeah, right.
open.
Yeah, they don't be slamming like that. Hang serious photos of yourself all over your friend's house. When he gets home, he will geek out and you'll die laughing. Now you'll probably be like, "What? How the fuck did you get in my house?" That's what Dustin would be like. "What the fuck? You show up to my dog door?"
Did they just say that if you hang serious pictures of yourself
Yeah,
all over
all
the
over
thing,
your friend's house. So
the
I
guy
guess you
will
have to be
go on
like,
an ecstasy trip?
"Hey," and this shit's on high time, so
Yeah.
on the
It
high
said
time.
geek out.
Yeah, it says geek out.
All of a sudden you're Gucci, man.
If you have a preoccupied friend, pack the bowl with tiny pieces of grass and pass it to him. Watch him try to take a hit, then point and laugh. All right, we're gonna just.
That's
skip
not
all
funny.
these. These
We
are
talked
great.
about that before. I
This is on
inhaled
high
that piece
times,
of that
too.
bush and it about knocked me over then. You know, like, don't do that to nobody. People don't put grass clippings in a bowl. First off, it's disrespectful to the glass piece.
We talked about that. Yeah, that's what we talked about yesterday. That smoking
Yeah.
weed even legal is fairgrounds for fire.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to find some more stuff on it. Bob Kraus asked me about if we talked about that, and really, my position on that is nothing has changed. You know, I'm not saying that I agree with it, but nothing has changed. They've always been able to fire you if you come. You can show up hungover as all hell, but you got any THC in your system from 10 days ago, you can get fired. So.
I just had a super high moment I'd like to share. Got these headphones on and I hear this beating and I'm like, man, why is my heart beating so hard? And it's the damn DJs next door at Tailgate.
Yeah, they're getting down over there.
Yo, guys, we're on the radio.
Hey.
Silent shit.
So yo,
We can breathe every
Now,
now and
I'm
then.
looking up damn cases, man.
No,
You
we
gotta
all-
carry us sometimes. I've been carrying you
No.
for like 3 years, bro.
No,
For
3 years.
I was in the middle of talking earlier, and my Facebook feed showed me a live birth in a car, and
Yeah.
it totally
Why are
distracted
we
me.
looking at Facebook?
Because that's where I get all my current news from.
do you guys like? Do you guys
It's
like
all
to Google
true.
yourself?
Do what?
Do you like to Google yourself?
No,
No,
I don't like
Are you over here
myself.
Googling yourself seriously, Diablo? We're on the
I'm
radio.
actually
I'm
Googling the
about to storm
weekend.
out this bitch.
We had
I'm Googling
we had
the
this
weekend
talk
for
the other
stuff to
day.
talk
I don't
about.
like to watch myself on the news, listen to myself on the radio, none of that. I'm one of those weirdos. I'll be in my trailer. You know, when you're done watching
I already
the
know
preview
everything
movie that I
about you.
was
Why the
in.
hell would I want to Google me?
You don't know everything about you.
Yeah, dude.
He said you don't know.
You
it all.
don't know everything about
Google Street Team knows more than you.
Diablo's gonna find something about me on Google.
Does
Looks
was
like,
showing us pictures caught by the Google Street Team the other day, and there's this couple fornicating. Like the Google Street Team probably still talks about that to this day in the orientation room. And if you ever see this, delete it.
Serious.
Here's a story talking about Colorado's looking to lower the marijuana tax rate, which would be fabulous. Colorado has had a 10% tax rate on legal recreational marijuana sales since the beginning. At the beginning of 2014, the tax rate will, or no, at the the tax rate will lower in 2017. It's been like that since the beginning of 2014. So in 2017, it's supposed to go down. The tax cut from 10% to 8% will go into effect early 2017, which is pretty cool because that's a pretty high tax rate there.
But 30%.
And then that's just Colorado Springs. I believe there is the 8%. It'll go from 10 to 8%, which normally in Colorado Springs is 7.4%. And then they say something very true up here. The price of legal recreational marijuana in a state will largely determine the extent of the effect on the marijuana black market in that state. So if your recreational stores are selling ounces at $420, which they are here in Colorado, you can get them for $150 on the street. You know what I mean? $200, $250. Anything under $420.
Yeah.
So I do agree with that statement. In a state like Washington, where the price for marijuana is still very high, the black market will never completely go away. That was a big reason why Oregon's Measure 91 proposed such a low tax rate on legal recreational marijuana sales. The initiative called for a flat tax rate of $35 an ounce. That's
kind of crazy.
35%.
That's still.
That's not low.
I know.
Oregon,
Remember at Marisol, the ounces were like $410, and to walk out of there, it was like 490 something or 510 or whatever dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
pulled it out,
awesome.
it was
I
like-
just want to point out how awesome this is because I'm watching this conversation go down, and it's almost exactly the way it happened the first time we told the story. Like for real, it's awesome.
You're just having deja vu.
No, we've talked about it before, but I think
Oh,
the
one
numbers
thing-
are a little off on that one.
You know,
No, but it was funny. It's hilarious. Like I think you said the Marisol comment, everything. Like that was a super stoner deja vu moment. That was pretty awesome.
I kind of hear you because I was about to follow that with the rate equaled out to $8,000 a pound.
Yeah. It was awesome. I was sitting here in a rerun. I was like, what the hell? I want to talk about Tommy Chong. Can we please talk about Tommy
Yeah,
Chong?
we need to talk about Tommy Chong.
Did you guys hear about his cancer's back?
oh no.
Yeah, but in
Yeah.
true Tommy Chong fashion, he said the good news is that means I get to smoke more marijuana to cure it. So yeah, it's the same. It's rectal cancer. It's back, and he's saying again he's gonna fight it with THC. So think about it, Tommy. You got this. For sure, you got this.
Yeah, well, see, no, he didn't have him again. Let's get it straight. That
No, he posted today.
Yeah,
that
rectal
cancer's
cancer.
back.
yeah, but he had stage 1 prostate cancer before that. He first battled and got into what's it called when it goes
Yeah,
in
he's-
remission.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
a funny dude because he said, "Well, the cancer's back, so the bad news is it's going to be a pain in my butt, like because it's there, prostate, then rectal, funny." And he says, "But the good news is I'm going to get to smoke more marijuana to fight it."
You said, ha ha, funny.
And that sucks. We love you, Tommy.
Yeah, man. I think he's got the access to some really badass doctors.
Yeah.
And those
He's got the
depositories.
will. He's got
And
the
those
will.
depositories. Those help him out.
Yeah,
big
the
time.
depositories.
He's just going to engorge those in there. Is what he's
He's gonna deposit them up in there.
Yeah. Game Gorf, Tommy. Game Gorf.
Dude, AT&T, big ass cellular company, phone company,
Yeah, I might have heard of them.
they just got fined $100 million for
Suck it.
for giving people unlimited data plans, but those unlimited data plans, they slowed down the speeds of the internet. So you got all the slow internet that you wanted, advertised as 4G or whatever their little fast shit is
Scammers.
called.
And I have that company.
Who was it? Just a couple of years ago, Verizon or one of the other big ones got in some SEC Security and Exchange Commission's fines for doing hidden fees in phone bills and whatnot, and just charging people twice for the same thing, calling it something different and whatever. Like, I hate cell phones. I honestly hate them. If I didn't have kids, I wouldn't have one. You know, I'd go back to a ground line. Hit me when I'm there. I'll answer the phone between 9 and 5.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah.
Because I
Well,
hate
even bigger too. Also, Samsung today, they say 6 million phones are at risk of being hacked because of the keyboard software.
Yeah, that's whack. You know, I didn't even
Yeah.
have an email until 2009 because I hate computers.
Hey, I was talking
And now
about
there's no
this
such
movie.
thing as a phone anymore. They're all little effing computers.
I was talking
I
about
hate
this movie the other day. It's called Deep Web. It talks a lot about all that crazy ass shit.
It's not
like
crazy.
a
It's
new-
real.
It
If you
is
have a
real.
camera on your phone, they're watching you.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why they got the
100%.
multi-directional camera on your phone now. And you
Yep.
think it's awesome that you can take selfies now without, and you can see yourself.
Yeah.
But they got the camera on your phone, on the front all the time.
You
You can
think
see
for
all
a minute-
directions around you.
You
It's
think
a
for a
Batman
minute that
shit.
movie, Enemy of the State, was
Exactly.
was
I was
Hollywood,
about to
you're
say
full of
that.
shit. Because
Yeah.
they've been spying on us since we had camera technology.
Yeah.
It's not nothing new. Samsung didn't invade your privacy. The NSA ain't invading your privacy.
Yeah. Messenger.
Nokia phones invaded your
You've been
privacy in
invited.
91.
And
They
Morgan
did it a long time
Freeman can
ago.
go to a board and see what's going on in Gotham just by cell phones. It maps it out for him.
Yeah.
3D view of Gotham because of cell phones.
They can track somebody and make everybody's cell phone, street camera, all that stuff, and activate and like track somebody all throughout the city. You
Yeah,
know?
man.
Like,
That's not Hollywood, bro.
yeah,
that
that's
stuff
real
happens. And they'll tell
They
you
know
they
where
don't do
every
it, they
one of
can't
us
afford
are at all times. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Just look at Google Earth. That tells you right there.
We saw the other day, the dude was getting dope on the side of the road. We're going to commercial. This is We Are the Weed Pimps. I drive at 5. K High. Let's talk pot.com.
Diablo. Scary.
What's up? You live with us?
We
Actually,
good?
you're not live. We just went to commercial.
YouTube.
You're live. You're live with us.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother? Oh, little rain. We just chilling today.
It's dark out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's overcast.
It's raining.
What are you, 2 days away? Nice. Bro.
Diablo. The other day when we thought it was your computer, and
Can't wait
it was
to
actually
see you
yours, and
there.
we lost the 2 views. So that number's never right.
Sweet.
That makes
We got some
4.
Colorado shirts for you. Hell yeah. Were you able to find a spot to stay down here, the marijuana friendly? Awesome. Awesome. Titties, man. Good.
Oh, that's great news.
Hell yeah. For sure. So he's going to be able to make a trip with you guys. Excellent. Okay. Well, oh yeah, we're gonna have all that ready for you, brother. Hell yeah, yeah, that'd be nice, man. Well, right on, brother. We're about to come back from commercial. We're looking forward to seeing you here in a couple days. Sounds good, pimp. All right, peace. Sonar, are you mad at us, bro? No, we were just hollering at you last commercial and you didn't say a word. We're like, I told Gary, I was like, bro, he's fucking pissed off because you ain't sending those damn shirts yet. Okay, cool. No sweat. We can't piss you off. You're our favorite, bro. Right on.
You have a wrap on your
Sounds about like us. It's pretty hard to get us angry.
No, this is for,
Hell yeah, bro.
this is for, emergency.
You should have seen the look on Gary's face when you didn't answer him last commercial. He looked at me and he was like, he's fucking pissed.
He did. Gary's a worry wart.
Right. Yeah, I was like, oh damn it.
Oh, last
Sunday.
weekend.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yo, bro.
We had such a good time.
They told us that that station gets an average of 10 to 15 internet hits a day, obviously because it's an FM. And that particular 6 hours, in that 6 hours, they got 116. So we tenfolded the ratings for him on that particular day. He called us into the office the next day.
Thank you, brother.
We're trying, man.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome.
We really
because
appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm over here like, God, we fucking suck today.
the other day we were like, man, people go to school for this shit.
She says the weather's gonna be. Hour number 2.
Dead time. Dead time. Gary even tried to get Dustin to look over at the weather for a second. He tries everything.
That was a dead tie.
Yeah, I couldn't even argue on that one.
I didn't even try.
We unison that motherfucker. That was cool.
One of y'all fools tell him hour number 2 on what?
Okay, hi. Radio Network. Let's talk pot.com. We are the Weed Pimps. We are in our second hour of this Wednesday.
We like to
Join us
have
tonight at Word Wednesday, 420 Speakeasy.
we like to have a little race, me and Gary. I came in the yesterday, the day before, and you were outside. I was just coming in, and J-Dub was like, "Hour number 2."
I didn't even have to hurry.
J-Dub.
I didn't even have to hurry.
What up, Dablo?
Are we on the air?
We are.
You mean these microphones are on?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That's DJ Diablo just coming dropping in on us from Tailgate.
This is awesome. So dozens of people are listening right now.
Yes.
Oh, nice. You guys have fun.
Thanks, brother.
Weed Pimps.
Weed
Pimps.
Yeah, J-Dub got one marked up for him right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
And I didn't even have to hurry. I was all like, hour number 2. These dudes are outside camping on joints and cigarettes, and I'm bringing you the second hour. I felt all kinds of proud about myself. When you guys walked in the room, I was like, yep, tally my second markup on the board, please.
Right.
I got 2 out of 3 months on hour number 2s.
I think I'm up there. I'm pretty good. I think that last one that I won where Miranda had to come in with a split decision.
Yeah, she lied.
No,
She was trying to get
No.
it. She was trying to get
You guys were in a dead tie today. Straight up, I was paying attention.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a dead tie.
I was trying to see which voice came in first, and
I think mine was a little clearer.
on style points, I think I had it. On loudness,
The
Gary
Canadian
Robertson
judge
did.
liked me a little more.
If y'all were
Always have
measuring
that.
dicks, they would be exactly the same size.
I got this little thing that's in High Times that is probably
I've heard of that magazine.
I've been in that magazine.
probably an issue for a lot of other states. I know that Colorado has done something about this.
What are we talking about?
Unregulated pesticides that medical marijuana growers are using, black market growers are using. Pretty much any growers that don't do a little research that are using heavy pesticides. And really, the times that you use these is very important. There's full lives, there's half lives on these pesticides.
Can I play devil's advocate real quick to this? Because I'm a supporter of this as well. But can I devil's advocate the other side? How many years you've been smoking weed? Have you ever got sick from it? Ever? I guarantee you that Mexican cartel weed was not flushed a single day.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
Lady weed will get you sick.
Now we're moving into the medical aspect.
Right now it's
though.
situational. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So
Just devil's advocate. I agree with regulating.
Yeah.
100%.
yeah, I agree with it too, 100%.
Yeah.
Now this article is talking about, according to the new report from NPR. What the hell's the NPR?
National damn it, something radio.
No, it's not telling me. The NPR concern is growing over the use of unregulated pesticides by commercial cannabis growers. And I quote, "It's the federal government that tells farmers which pesticides are safe to use," NPR reported. And so far, the feds want nothing to do with legalized marijuana. Colorado State University entomologist Whitney Cranshaw says that that's left growers to experiment with little oversight. Now, here in Colorado, we have a unusable pesticide list. Gary.
We have a unusable. Is that what you said? Unusable? The ones
Yes.
that you're not allowed to use?
Yes,
Right.
banned
A banned
pesticides.
list. Yeah.
So you cannot use Eagle 20. You cannot use.
I like how you totally just classroomed Gary right after he got done bitching us for the
We're
same
working
thing.
a
I
show,
know.
man. I'm sorry. Show business came up in the middle of the radio.
That
You
was
guys
awesome.
do that shit all the time when you're not paying attention. We're working a show.
That's why I'm laughing.
I just had to throw Gary under the bus.
So where were you at, Doug? I'm sorry.
So they're just saying that you cannot use a certain amount of chemicals, which I think is awesome because I know a handful of these chemicals that came out on this list. I have not seen this full list. I've heard of a few of the chemicals that are on there. And I know a few growers that were using those in their dispensaries. Now, you can use those chemicals safely, but I think what the MMED is saying or the NPR is saying is since this is medical and that you're going to be you could potentially be ingesting this through an edible. They do not want us using Eagle 20s, which has, I believe, a 60-day life, 45-day
Well,
half
an Eagle 20 is some serious napalm
Yes,
death
yes.
for what you use it for. Like this is some annihilate the town stuff.
That is a powdery mildew.
Mhm. And it comes in and just hurricane
chemical.
force and just wipes it out.
Yes, and
And-
your plant looks fine, and your plant takes it systemically, which means that it will suck it in, and the reason it's
Put
good
it
for
through
90
the gut.
days. Well, see, that's the issue that's with this nutrient, because it has, I want to say it's either 60-day full life and 30-day half-life, or 60-day full life and 30-day half-life, something in that range.
Same option.
But what is that what did I say both of the same? That's not what I meant. But it's like 45 and 30 or 30
Yeah.
and 30, something like that. Either way, if you spray your plants when you're in your last week of veg, you only have a 60-day flowering period
Yeah.
to make where the weed is actually produced on the
You're
plant.
cutting it so close.
So
Oh
you
wait, no,
can't.
we're 90 days. on it.
Yeah,
my
so-
bad.
So if you have to spray your plant and then veg it for say another 45 days, then go into flower, and then you still have the potential because of the half-life of that chemical that you're spraying on your plants. Even though you sprayed it a month and a half ago, it's still systemically in your plants.
Yeah, you can't rinse out the inside of your plants for long enough to make that go away.
Yeah,
You'd have to
you
crush
could.
it for a month.
Yeah, if you
But by then your plant's
Exactly.
so over mature that
Yeah.
it doesn't do what it's supposed to do anymore.
you would just have to.
Chemical components change.
Yes, so we're in Colorado. We're really the NPR or MMED, whoever's in charge of making our list that says that the chemicals that we can and can't use. shit. I just had a brain fart. I looked at Gary and totally forgot what I was saying.
Shit.
God damn it. It
We're
was
talking about
something good too.
Eagle 20 and how you can't push
Yeah.
long enough. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
we
there.
have a list.
So
There's
the
been-
MMED is forcing Colorado, which I think is awesome, how to deal with powdery mildews and bugs and any issues that you're having without these chemicals. And Eagle 20 was like a bam, it's done. You know what I mean? If you're having powdery mildew issues, bam, it's done. You wipe it out. Avid, I think, is on that list, which is a spider mite killer, and that's the same thing. You put Avid on your plants, there's 50 other new chemicals or non-chemical, organic shit, whatever you want to say, that will take care of spider mites, but it doesn't take care of them all the way. It'll kill them for a little bit, and you got to spray it again in 3 days. You got to spray it every other day, which is just part of growing weed. And a lot of marijuana growers and cannabis growers are just want that quick fix. I want to spray my plants with this Avid one time. It's going to nuke them all, and I'm not going to have to screw with it. Maybe do it one more time with a during
They're not safe is what it's
not safe is what that is. So Colorado is making us turn more into dehumidifiers.
organic solutions.
Yes, or I've heard so many different things now of like you pour a teaspoon of Tabasco and some vinegar, a little bit of dish soap, and it's a great organic pesticide against this and that. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of ways around it. It's just not the nuke bomb.
And
you
think
know?
about they're just now doing this. So for 20 plus years, I've been smoking Eagle 20, and
That's why I brought up that
Victor
devil's
or
advocate side.
whatever,
I
you know,
guarantee you've smoked Eagle 20 before. I
Yeah.
guarantee you've smoked David before. I guarantee you've smoked gasoline. Anything.
Oh yeah, I've
Like,
had weed back in the day that tasted straight like gasoline because it
yeah, that's
it's right
that's
from
the weed I'm
Mexico.
referencing.
Yeah.
Is mostly the swag stuff back in the day. You have no idea what's in that. We already
Oh,
discussed the
yeah.
one day. There's yarn, metal shavings, feathers.
Yeah.
Like who knows? You know. So
It will-
chemicals were least of their concerns.
Yeah, and I just say it will get better. That's just going to make the pot that much better. Make the
It's going to hurt people's
cannabinoid.
pockets for a minute because you can't do that quick fix. So people have to lose crops now instead of revitalize them or use solutions that they know isn't going to work. But whatever, like I don't know.
And
It's
how the
going to be a
hell?
rocky road for a little bit, but it needs to happen.
How are they going? I just thought about this. Retarded. Okay, you're not allowed. The MMED puts out this list of new chemicals that you're not allowed to use, right? For medical marijuana growers. It could be. It probably is for recreational as well, but medical marijuana does not have to get tested. So how the hell do they know if you're using it or not? Because the MMED does come down to inspections in your dispensary every now and then.
But how
So
does he
just
know?
if they don't see the bottle there, like, oh,
Yeah,
you dumped your
you're good.
Eagle 20 into this
You're required to
organic
get
bottle.
tested. So your strains are required to be tested nowadays.
In
So-
medical?
in
Yeah.
back.
No,
Just
Tom
like
just said.
No,
Tom just said-
medical.
Tom
No,
just explained. During the study
recreational.
review,
Just
there's
right.
not a requirement.
Recreational is the
Are we
only.
sure about that?
Yeah, I made a big stink
I
about it,
am
about how
99%
is the
sure.
rec going to be mandatory tested, but people that are using it as medicine is not mandatory tested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine this thing.
I'm about to.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I've
call
seen
Tom right now. Let's
Yeah.
call Tom on the air.
Yeah, because testing would tell you what. Well, no, hold on. Like Eagle 20, 90 days. So if somebody uses it early in veg, you're never gonna know. If they get powdery mildew early in veg and you nuke the shit out of it with Eagle 20, and then you got your 90 days since then, they'll never know. Or is there trace elements where they'll know?
It
Because
just
the
depends
half-life
on
gets
how
into a
much.
safe toxicity level, not a gone toxicity level, I bet.
I bet you
you know.
they're gonna. I don't know. I really
Because they know if you drank today or if it was 2 days ago.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Dust is over here playing Pong.
Fuck with
Oh,
that.
no, that was the phone dialing. We're calling High Country Healing right now.
Fuck with
Yeah,
that
we're gonna
first.
call
We're
Tom.
calling.
Oh, come on, Tom. Tom, I know you're listening. Call us back.
So, yeah, Tom, hit us up. We just need to know. Or if you do know for a 100% fact, I'm about 100%. I'm about 99%.
Why the hell? Yeah,
I
because
heard that.
Yeah, because remember
I
we were
heard that
putting up
was
the
not true.
stink that is 100% backwards. That these
Yeah.
people that are using it for medical marijuana,
Yeah,
they
that's
have
whack.
no testing done to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember, he
ensure
told the
that.
story. He told the story about the guy bought some wax from him. It was a third party, had, a company, a lab had done this wax, that extracted the wax, and a patient complained that it was bad, it had butane in it, and because of his complaint, they sent the wax to be tested, and it came back that there was above legal amounts of butane left in it,
Yeah, that's whack.
and so.
But that's what my point to all of this was. Testing will eliminate half of it, but then there's going to be the sly cats, the growers that are 30 years into the game. They know how to cheat a
Well,
system.
that's the
you
thing.
know?
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna spray your plant in once it's 9 or 10 inches tall with Eagle 20, and then you veg it out for 60 days, say.
And then you flower for another 50 to 60 to 70 days. It's gone.
think about all those
But
other.
So says the label.
Yeah, so that say there's a 45-day life and then a 30-day half-life. If you veg for 60 days, there's still going to be those 15 days that you're in. Maybe that Eagle 20 or whatever in that chemical goes up into the pistils and stays in with that bud. I don't know, but that's why testing needs to be there, because as of now, I believe it's just the MMED doing an inspection on your building once, and then every now and then, if the only times they come down is if they get a report of you doing something, or
A random.
a
Your
random
name comes up.
once a year, maybe once every couple of years, they might come check you out. But
I think they're at least once a year
I think
now.
it
I
is.
think
This
Leah
is-
said that.
too.
I
This
don't
makes
know.
me think of like vegetables in a supermarket. Like you seen the pictures like in the news and stuff where these guys got big old yellow suits and going through just spraying the hell out of shit.
Yo.
Are we putting our bodies on a regular
Your
basis?
parents told you before you picked up the apple off the shelf, what did you have to do to it?
Wash it off.
Why? Because they spray rocket fucking fuel on them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And you want to bitch about what I'm putting on weed?
Right.
Look out of here.
yes,
you know, That's
what I'm
kind of
saying.
one of my opinions on this matter too.
That's how I kind of look at it.
But
just think of the
My whole
grocery
heart
store,
isn't in that. I think
you
we
know?
should do this for sure.
We
But
totally don't know what they're spraying all on that stuff and where that stuff's all coming from. You know, and
what are we?
That's the whole GMO.
20
Yeah.
years in, if you count California back in '96, we're about 20 years in with medical pot legally.
Yeah.
We're just now coming to the banned substance or the banned chemical list.
Yeah, man. Like there's not enough market study out there to
That
say
was
Eagle
not-
20 causes this or that or whatever. It's just better to be safe, bro.
That
Well, I
was never
agree.
their concern. Their first concern was how to
Dollar,
make
dollar
that
bills.
money.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
in every
You can
which
grow
way
weed however you want to, as long as you're paying that tax dollars for however long you can. Once we're okay with the money we're getting, then we'll start regulating. And that's how it's going to keep going with this marijuana business.
Oh yeah, across the
Once they
United
get
States.
this, they're going to jump onto the caregivers. Caregivers are,
Yep.
they already got a caregiver law out there, that new caregiver law that just passed. They're going to pass a law. I about guarantee it, mark my words, that caregivers are going to have to start getting their pot tested, because you are allowed to sell your pot to your patients as a caregiver as long as you do it correctly. And
Yeah.
there's a way to correctly do that. You have to add up all your bills, divide them by your crop, and that's how much you can sell your crop for. And if you get caught, then it's still going to be just like Bob Kraus and Elisa from SoCo.
Yep.
It's going to be a long, drawn-out court battle, and you're going to have
Very
to.
expensive.
Yeah, and we need something like that in
Place.
caregiver court. You know what I mean? We've had this dispensary courts put away. Bob Kraus, he was a caregiver.
Uh-huh.
He never got caught selling weed to his patients,
Just growing.
because that's not what he did.
Yeah.
His weed was all for him.
Yeah.
For making RSO. So it'll be a long battle.
Yeah,
Pros
you
and
know.
cons on all sides of every issue that
Yeah.
pops up on this.
Yeah, and the only reason they
That's
put
the
this
bear we
list
wrestle.
out now is because they figured out that they could fine for things. You know, they're just putting lists together that they can fine you for more money, more money.
Oh,
yeah. So there's all those views, but then at the end of the day, it has to be here because, I mean, as much as I hate the pharmaceutical companies, there's a lot of regulations in place there too, you know, and
And
even though they still cause anal bleeding, possible
You know,
coma,
and to
death
be-
with reincarnation,
and
like whatever.
we're talking about big farm. Not all of them are absolutely bad. We cannot cure everything.
Oh,
You know what
totally.
I'm saying? And there's some stuff like heart disease, stuff like that, that you need to take pills for.
Get in there.
You know what I'm saying? I was just adding to your big farm comment that sometimes you need pills to stay alive for certain things that we might not necessarily, you know.
When we get back from this next set of commercials, we're going to do another corporate minute. And we have some people tuned in Florida right now that want to know the difference between wax, shatter, Rosentec, live resin, earwax, butter,
Yeah,
whatever.
let's get into it.
We'll get
Guys.
into a little bit of that, you know.
Cool. We are the Weed Pimps. You're listening to K-High Radio through Let'sTalkPot.com, and we'll talk to you on the flip side.
And we are stoned.
Yes, respect.
Hip hop. Hip hop.
See, that's what happened.
Hip hop.
Listening, Frankie?
Thank you, sir. Hip hop.
Sasha's having a boy. She said she wants to smell. She can't wait to smell his toes. What? That's weird, right?
That's weird.
That's weird.
Only if you're
Sasha
weird.
weird.
Sasha is weird, but I mean that's some really. I love my daughters, but I don't be all like, oh yeah, your babies are
That would be a little weird.
It is, man. Like I can't believe
No, they're toes. She
No,
wants to
toes.
One of our good friends, she's a lesbian. She got artificially inseminated. Her and her wife are having a boy, and they just found out that they're having a boy. And she put up, "I can't wait to smell his toes." Yeah. Oh, I wasn't trying to make it sound any better.
I can't wait to do them too.
Dude, I don't walk up to my wife and be like,
Shit, just smell
let me
it.
see your toes, baby.
Nah, she's been working all goddamn day.
That's hilarious.
You know, I like my children rare.
Who is this?
That's the guy. I have no idea. But that's the guy that I said send it to J-Dub. I have no idea who it is. Send him a message. Say, hey, who are you?
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I got that new Axe spray, baby feet. Bitches love it.
Bitches love the baby.
Probably get laid by those two dudes.
Yes, tubers, we're talking about smelling baby feet.
New Axe spray coming out soon.
I got a little something that we could talk about after the wax and butter and stuff.
Two Chainz smokes this weed. I love it when we come back in from the song because it makes me get all fucking live. Like you should just
Say something. We the weed pimps. Yellow's over here rambling, talking whack, barely even saying anything.
I never even heard we were live.
K High Radio Network, Let's Talk Pot.com, stream us worldwide. So we can talk pot with you. I was at a vape club last night, and I was chilling with our buddy Joe from Memphis.
Yep.
And he said we are damn near famous in Memphis.
Oh yeah.
That's
No, he
his
said it
words.
straight up. I heard it. He said you guys are famous.
Then he went on
like,
to
you guys
say-
got a strong presence.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, what up, Memphis?
Yeah.
What up, Joe? Thanks for following
We
us.
got Coop out there. And speaking of, back then it was 3-6 Mafia. Joe says he used to hang out with DJ Paul and barbecue and stuff.
Really?
Even chase around some of the same, skeets.
Nice.
So, it's a small world, man. But either way, those words resonated in my head all day. And if that's true, Memphis, stand up. Thank you so much. I'm not calling Joe a liar. I know it's true, but I mean, it's just hard to believe, is what I mean. So yeah, because we're just a bunch of guys trying to piece together a way to make everybody have fun and smile and stay lifted at the same time. So that was cool to hear that. I wanted to let you know. Sometimes I forget to tell Dust and Diablo things that happen when they're not around. Because Gary, of course, was at the 420 Speakeasy last night, so he heard it.
Yeah, I heard it. I texted Dio today, and I was like, "Did you hear that guy say that?"
Yeah,
I
man.
told
But
you.
to know another person on this earth via internet that also used to hang out with 3-6 Mafia to Mafia 6, all the different forms. Shout out Coop, shout out Joe.
Dude,
It's amazing.
this week alone, we met Joe, and he, listens to us on the radio from Memphis. That's how we know him. And then we're meeting Chris from Michigan. And, we know him because he listens to us on the radio. It's like really cool, People from across the country coming down to Colorado to kick it with the weed.
Back in 2011,
I think it's awesome.
when Subculture threw Field of Dreams, we had a guy fly in from North Carolina, and rest in peace, he's no longer on earth, but he's in all of our hearts and thoughts still. But he flew out from North Carolina just to kick it with the weed pimps and his homie Steelman and whatnot. And so we threw down that week
He
and
was
tried to.
badass.
Yeah.
Man. He was a
And
badass.
I went into 420 and someone said Sunday night we were on the radio, but someone flew into Pueblo to visit their friends and they wanted to come down and meet the weed pimps, so they went to the 420 hoping we were going to be there.
Oh,
But
damn.
we were on the but Angel and Andrew took care of them and hung out with them.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
What
it's
were you
fun
saying
times.
right before we went to commercial about the Florida?
Oh yeah. They just kind of wanted us to touch on the differences between rosin, wax, butter, shatter, earwax, like all there's. Because in Florida, obviously, there's not a plethora of wax. It's illegal there.
Right.
So if you have it, you're obviously breaking the law. So the education there, the everything's earwax to them down there.
Probably when you get wax down there, it's most likely going to be BHO, which is butane hash oil.
And then there's propane,
There's
hash oil,
PHO, which is propane.
seal.
But that's pretty new to Colorado.
So,
So I would
yeah.
assume, you might be able to get down there a little bit, specialty.
I
Bazillion
that's
dollars a
brand new.
gram.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's brand new.
But it's all pretty much the same thing minus rosin.
It's consistency.
The shatter, wax, butter, crumble, it's all it's all the same process. The only difference is time and heat.
Yeah, that's the consistency is basically sometimes
and I think they
determines
want-
the
yeah.
name. Like shatter,
You should break it
obviously,
down
is like
they
a piece
are.
of glass. If you drop it, it's gonna break. It's gonna shatter. It breaks apart
Yeah,
really
you
easy,
just
like
break a
hard
piece
tapping.
off of it. I personally, you get shattered and you put your dabber down in the shatter, and it's like candy. It's like a hard piece of candy. Once you break it off, it wants to go flying everywhere.
Yeah,
you
it goes
know,
across
like-
the room.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you've got the softer, super sticky stuff that if you accidentally touch it, you ain't getting it off where you got it on.
It's more like a taffy or a butter
Yeah.
or something.
And then Crumble, which I have a buddy who swears it's probably the cleanest form of BHO, and I do agree with him.
This sugar haze crumble that I'm cheaping on right now in the studio, well, we all are, is wonderful.
Yeah, it's that's purged the longest and kept on the heat the longest, which gets, I would assume, the
Everything out.
most butane
Yeah.
out of it. You know what I mean? And he swears by the Crumble.
Yeah, and that's by the name. It's crumbly. You can pick some up and almost like. I like crumble in the joints, because it's real
Yes.
easy to get into the joints. Like shatter, you got to sit there and roll it, and make a little like worm out of it. The other, like the stickier substance stuff, like you make a mess trying to get it there. But the crumble, you can almost just hold it over it and crumble it like you would weed.
Yes.
Yeah, like
So, like,
Then
no, I forgot rosins.
Rosin's weird.
rosin is going to be the best for you. Hands down, it is made with it is what's called
No medium.
no
medium, no gas, no nothing.
solventless.
Yeah,
It's
so-
a solvent.
Yeah, no solvent ran through it to
it's-
extract the
Yeah,
trichol.
heat press basically. You press heat on it, and the
You
oils,
melt it out of the bud.
oils separate from the flour, and then you dab those oils.
Yeah, so you guys can down there in Florida get you some nice sticky chronic and get your old lady's hair straightener. Turn it on, let it heat up to its temperature.
Yeah, put the nug in parchment paper. Don't forget that.
Yeah, put it maybe about a gram or so, half gram in parchment paper. Fold it over, and don't do it in wax paper. There's a big difference in wax paper, parchment paper. They look the same, totally
Yeah,
different.
it has to be parchment paper.
Put it in that hair straightener and squeeze it as tight as you can for about 5 to 8 seconds, I'd say. And then when you open that up, all your oils from that nugget, exactly what you run off of the trim and nuggets with BHO and PHO, you will have maybe 3 dabs or so off of a gram, 2 to 3 dabs off of a gram, 1 huge dab if you want to do a big dab, but normal size dabs, you can pull 2 dabs or so off of a gram nugget, 2 to 3 dabs.
No, we pulled 2 or 3 dabs off of a quarter gram nugget.
You
that
think?
day. Yeah, it was a quarter gram. He said these are quarter gram nuggets.
Really?
Yeah, and we each got a dab off
Yeah,
of that
so-
little nug. Yeah.
So maybe 8
They said
dabs.
it's
or
about,
so.
10% return. It's just like, so.
So I guess in an overall, long story short, temperature usage, consistency, it's all earwax, every bit of it. But the names come from processes used, consistencies, colors. Like, it's just kind of like weed strains. There's just so many different processes, and each one has a PHO, a BHO, a CO2. That's the solvent that you use. Or there's the rosin tech, which is basically baking the oils out of the buds with no solvent. So there's solvent and solventless. There's shatter and butter.
Shatterless.
So basically, I would say go on to Google shatter or any of these terms, and just start somewhere, because the info's out there and it's all just by process and consistency.
Yeah, BHO shatter, BHO crumble, BHO wax, whatever you there, it's all going to be the same thing. And then you can do the same thing with PHO, PHO this, PHO that. Rosin Tech though is going to be your healthiest.
We have a
Yeah.
YouTube comment about just did some rosin.
Word.
Yeah,
man.
and
He's
right.
lucky guy.
Is it Chris?
No, right.
Do we have
Oh,
any,
Where's he from?
Who'd you say?
do we have anybody that
I'm not
put
sure where Red Ray's from.
do we have anybody that put RTC up
No,
there?
I don't think they were listening.
If you're on YouTube right now,
Oh, he rosin tech
Type.
Mazar Kush.
RTC, and you got tickets to Rock the Canyon #3 coming up here in
Cool.
just about 30 days. Thrown together by your local wheat pimps.
He's got a good collection of stuff.
I got a
We
little
just-
story here from New York, which I think is pretty badass.
We got invited to a weed party just now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Today?
says, homie, I'd love for a weed pimp roll through at our party next weekend. It's a weed party, and what's a weed party without the weed pimps?
Oh shit, we're down.
That's just because of a cool ass invite like that.
Right.
He knows the real.
Is it real?
Emergency medical marijuana bill in the hands of Governor
Cuomo.
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 Emergency. What
yes.
exactly?
This is awesome.
I need my weed now.
The New York State Legislature has approved an emergency measure that would allow specific patients the ability to receive medical marijuana before the state begins in. That's a typo. Before the state begins in 2016. On Monday, the Republican-dominated state Senate voted 50-12 in favor of a bill that would grant immediate access to medical cannabis for thousands of patients across the state suffering from progressive and degenerative conditions. The proposal, which was submitted by Republican Senator Joseph Griffo, now heads to the desk of Governor Andrew Cuomo for final approval. So what they're doing in New York is going to open up an early bird medical marijuana program for people who really are having
Before the stores get open and all that.
what did they say? Progressive and degenerative conditions.
Right.
I'm proud of marijuana.
That's awesome.
I'm proud of marijuana. It's really showing peeps right now.
What did you just
Its
say?
strengths.
Before the stores open, yeah. Let me see.
Oh yeah. So this
yeah,
means they-
stores are to open in
emergency.
2016.
So how? Where would they get this emergency pot?
That's what I'm trying to
Help,
bring
Colorado!
down.
Help! The bat signal's up. New York needs help.
That's what I'm trying to find right now. I'm kind of breezing through this article to see if they're like, okay, you can go through the black markets, but don't tell us, or you know.
Yeah, like exactly.
But yeah, it's
Anybody out there trying to get a $10 WP shirt? I'm at the
We got
radio
'em.
right now, but I do have them. All you gotta do is contact me on Facebook, tell me that you need them, and you can roll through the store just like that.
so right here it says a statement issued by the Senate Independent Democratic Conference, which Savino is a member of, suggests that even if Governor Cuomo signs the emergency legislation immediately, patients would still have to wait for the Department of Health to establish regulations as well as determine who would be awarded the license to cultivate the initial crop,
Aha.
possibly taking 3 months before it is ready for harvest. Lies. 3 months, they're talking about doing.
That would be a bunch of autoflowers.
They have to wait for the Department of Health to establish regulations, which took Colorado 3 years. So if they're learned by us, well, I say 3 years, they're still
in the middle.
established.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say 13.
a decent set of regulations is going to take them minimum 6 months, I'd say, as well as determine who would be awarded the license to cultivate the initial crop. There's another 6 months of them trying to get as much money as they can out of license fees and some sort of lottery system they're going to put together. And then it will take another 3 months for the crop to grow. Be harvested.
So wait for 2016 and go to the stove.
And that's assuming that the crop goes perfect.
Yes, that's if that grower has no issues, no problems, and then this one licensee is going to grow for these they said at the top that thousands of people in New York are on the progressive and degenerative list. So how is this one guy? I mean, that's just it's an awesome.
And by the time you're progressive and degenerative, you're not smoking bud no more. You're on the tiers. You're on the high dosage edibles.
Yeah,
You're
so
on that
only
kind of stuff.
10% of what you grow is actually
going to become medicine. Yeah, so it's looking, but just on my idea, keep your eye on this. Maybe we will remember to look into this here in 2016, but my thought behind this is it's going to take at least until 2016 for them to get that
And this is
initial
a
guy open.
giant, so this is New York, you said, right?
Yes.
So, man, it's going to take them, they deal with so many people out there.
Oh, and it says right here under
It's
that,
going to take them longer
These-
for regulations.
these
to develop.
steps could take things very close to the starting time of the full program, is what we just said. So,
Yeah.
Even if Cuomo signs the bill, patients who qualify for emergency access would still have to wait for the physicians to complete the Department of Health's medical marijuana training program before receiving a recommendation. Since the regulations are still in the process of being developed, no doctors in the state of New York have been yet cleared to write special certifications for cannabis medicine. So, just like we just got done saying, it's going to
They're
take
far
them,
off.
yes, it's going to take them at least until 2016 to do that. Now, maybe what they're going to would be good, you know, as good as it would get, is maybe this is the going to be the initial guy open. You know, he's going to be the very first store open, but at that time, then they'll already be accepting license fees and all that for however many stores. Wasn't New York the crazy one where it was like
Yeah.
$10,000 or
Yeah.
something like that to put in
And
a
there
license
was
fee?
boxes
Yes.
of applications delivered at
Yes.
10 grand a piece or 50 grand or whatever it was.
So that's
Insane.
already going. They're probably going to choose one of those guys to be the initial store, this grand opening store. So starting to give me a little tunes in the headphones. I think we're about to cut out to some commercials. When we come back, we're going to touch on a few last things before we get out of here for the day.
Shout out to all the Pueblo pimps down there. The Elliots, the Tatsus, the
Yeah.
Marisols.
See you on the flip side, man. Alrighty.
Got any more than yellow crackers?
Yeah.
Orange?
What?
Yeah, more of those orange crackers?
Nope.
Was your dad?
Every one of these has J-Dub written on
Yeah. Is your dad?
them.
You're just asking for stuff, man.
Yeah. Both mine.
Shit.
Edibles for them. Yep.
Yeah. With
It's already where it's supposed to be.
Oh, cool.
Damn. That baby's kids.
All right.
What do they got? Like 14 of them out there? Straight baby feet.
You just made Diablo lose his
And now he's gonna cough for 20 minutes.
Too fucking funny.
Man, I don't know what this is, bro.
Momo.
Huh, bro?
Waffle.
Gaffle?
Oh,
Engorged?
Gorf. Gorfified.
We have too much fun sometimes.
Yeah, you missed Diablo's word the other day. He came up with a word he was trying to say engulfed, and he said engorfed. We all lost it.
It's a real word.
Oh, words with Diablo, bro. I mean,
And then yesterday, Tommy Chong, he said, told everybody that Tommy Chong cured his cancer with depositories.
Dwarfed the shit out of them.
He made a gang of deposits in
You
the
guys
bank and
kiss
cured
my
his
ass.
cancer.
Seven 719.
what's up, everybody? We are the Weed Pimps, broadcasting from K-High Studios through letstalkpod.com Hit us up on these phone lines, 719-591-KUSH.
It is Friday.
What?
No, I'm just playing.
It's Word Wednesdays.
Here's I found a cool little article important to us growers from Dan Sky, question and answer in high times, when to start flushing your pot plants.
You
Yeah,
remember catching
That's
him,
an
Diablo?
important thing. Flushing.
Very big.
Ooh, can I tell my Dan Sky story real quick?
Go for it.
All right. You know the Weed Pimps are in what issue was that?
That
the
one.
month. The month of high
The
times.
one that had
The
us
one
in it.
we're in.
Yes.
I believe it was the January.
Okay.
Rick.
Well, it
wasn't
was
that-
like May.
Oh, was it?
Well, I mean, it came out in March, but they're ahead of time. So
Anyway,
it's
they
one
are
of them.
smack dab right in the center, right there with Tommy Chung in the middle of high times.
Except
And-
for Diablo.
except for Diablo. Diablo was coming around my turntables because I DJ'd that event and was walking there to get all in front of the camera. And Dan Sky almost fell off the chair and my ass caught him. And that's what picture he used.
Yeah, he held them up there, like stabilized Dan Sky up in the
Along the
air so
chair.
that he could take the picture. I try to convince him all the time that he played the most important part of the picture, but
Sorry,
just
go
he
ahead.
holds a grudge
He
against
just
I
likes
us
do.
right
I
for
do
being in
hold a
high
grudge
times-
about that one.
for us being in high times.
I-
Diablo's all, just sit on my hands, Dan.
Yeah.
Just sit on my hands.
Dan Sky, it's so warm.
I'm telling Dan Sky.
Diablo
next time he comes out here.
Death. There was somebody that wrote into Dan Sky asking about how do I know when to start flushing? And he wrote a big old thing, but I ain't gonna go into it.
We ain't doing it.
Dan Sky says, knowing when to start flushing your plants with plain water instead of nutrient solution is very important. Too soon, and you might stifle yields by not packing on weight during the crucial middle stage of flowering when essential oil production is at its peak. Too late, and your buds will taste harsh and burn improperly. If you've ever had nuggets, when you're smoking a bowl or smoking a joint or something, and they just start popping, that's not good. Nutrients in there. I mean, it could be a number of things, but
Chances are.
chances are it's probably nutrients. The key to understand, goes on to say that the key to understanding when to start flushing is to know your plant's natural harvest schedule. If you plan on to harvest on October 15th, then begin the flush on October 1st. So Dan is suggesting approximately a 15-day flush of straight water.
Which October 15th is my birthday, so I appreciate that, Dan.
2 weeks is the 2 weeks is the perfect amount of time to flush outdoor pot. So knowing when your strain typically finishes,
You're squeaking like a mad dog.
oh sorry, typically finishes is paramount. If your seeds are listed as a 60-day flowering seed, you should start the flush 14 days prior to when the full budding period has ended. So you can't just say, let me finish what he says. The trichome should be well formed and bulbous, but mostly clear. That's important, but mostly clear to get a microscope.
Yep.
And actually microscope your trichomes and look at the heads of them. They'll start off amber. They'll start off milky. You want them about about a 15% amber at time of harvest.
Something like that. It's way less than.
Yeah, because you want to
Or
finish.
30.
I want to say you want to finish your harvest at like 30 to 50%, something like that. I'm
It's been
apologize
so
on
long
that.
since we went by the numbers. We kind of just
Yeah,
know what
man.
ours is supposed to look
Yeah,
like
we
now.
just grow our pot. But you look at those because your trichomes will continue to cure after you cut.
Cut,
So if
yeah.
you cut at about a 10 to 15% amber, by time you're done curing your pot there, it's at that 30%
cycle.
amber, that full potency that you want. And then as well, look into your seeds. There's AK-47s, that the original true AK-47 strain. The reason it's AK-47 is Afghani Kush, and it flowers in 47 days. One of the shortest plant flowering cycles out there. You could have something like a Satori. J-Dub and I grew Satori for a while. that's another month on top of your cycle to where if you're growing AK-47s and Satori in the same room right next to them and you're trying to have the same flower cycle, you're going to have issues with premature pot with your Satori and over mature pot with your AK-47s if you're doing a 60-day growth cycle. So
Yeah.
it's, you really got to know what you're growing, know your flower times, and it will just improve your pot. It's not really that you have to, you know, if you like growing immature pot or you like growing over mature pot, you just don't give a shit. You want to do a 60-day cycle, do you, but you will improve the quality of your marijuana if you really start digging into your strains and knowing what you're growing.
Yeah. And a proper flush is important where that started off.
Yeah, any strain.
Yeah. You know, because I smoke a lot of either blunts or joints, and so the ash tells you a lot.
White ash.
Yeah, it tells you a lot about if that weed was flushed or not. You get a real good, like, you know, I'm
Does that work on flower
colorblind, so
too?
it's either white or light gray.
I knew that worked on bubble hash for sure.
Yeah,
White
I
ash
know.
good.
yeah.
Gray and black ash not so good.
I really wasn't too sure about that, but AJ Hashman one time posted up a picture of his ash, and he was like, "Look at this pot! I just tasted so good. It smelled so good, and look at that white ash. I just know I'm smoking clean bud. You know what I mean?" And I trust AJ. that's when I kind of started believing it. But
I told him that shit 100 times, and nope.
no, I don't believe Gary. So I know we talked about this in the beginning, but it is colon cancer, rectal cancer. It is rectal cancer. that
Yeah.
he got. Tommy Chong,
Yeah, prostate. Is that the same thing? I would guess.
rectal.
Yeah, it's,
I don't think it's the same thing, or else they would call it prostate.
yeah, because the article I was reading said he had was it first?
Oh, boy.
Sorry, my friend Diablo's rambling. He doesn't know what he's talking
Oh,
about.
I just read
He's
it.
trying to make sense.
Just rewind the show. I said it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
He is rich.
But I was just putting that out there to make sure we didn't put out any false info. So we got a few minutes left, man. What do we got? What do we got coming up? Do we got any
Email
shows?
still.
Oh, do we got any shows?
Sage Francis will be here in
Yeah,
3 days. with
Saturday,
Black
Sage
Sheep.
Francis at the Black Sheep. I do have tickets for that. Bullhead is opening for that. And then Friday night at the Flux, Blueprint. Yeah, Clydesdale's
we got
on
a
that one.
full day that
Jay
day.
Wins on that one.
You got Wood
Um,
Wednesday tonight.
And then other options on Saturday. Saturday is blowing up in the spring. Because Sage and Bullhead is at the Black Sheep. A Black Day, Stony Birds. Justice League is at the Golden Room. And then at Peak 31's Potluck. Recognize.
And we're
Black
at
Pea.
US Cannabis Expo both days, Friday and Saturday,
Yeah,
all
we're
day. till
slammed
6.
again.
Friday and
Miss
Saturday?
All the cool shows because we're out spreading the
sorry.
positive gospel.
You know,
Man. Yeah. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to us today.
yep.
We'll be back in your ears for 2 more days here on K-High. And then if you get a chance, we'll be over on 98.5 Tailgate, blasting all our local homies as well as the classics from back in the day. And then the stuff you've never even heard.
Yes. The real shit.
We're gonna have to break
Oh, I got
down some
some
of this
stuff.
tailgate.
I got some stuff too. I
Yeah,
gotta
we all
redeem
know
myself.
you got some.
Man, I'm redemption weekend.
I hope
That's
so.
what we are gonna call this.
Trust
I'm gonna
me,
be-
bro. She doesn't have AIDS. It says so on her forehead.
I hate that.
Yeah, so I'm going to be sweating my ass off the whole time on Sunday when Diablo's scratching.
I'm gonna kill it.
I know. I just hope you don't.
You killed it
fucking
last
kill it.
weekend,
Yeah.
and then you let that "I'm the motherfucker" in there right afterwards.
So we're going to be ripping it up on 98.5 from 6 to midnight.
I'm gonna let my boys from the Northwest on the radio. You know, the Chicharron dudes, the Dark Time Sunshine dudes.
Oh,
Sleep?
yes. I can't wait for
Yeah.
that. That's cool.
Sleep's one of the coolest dudes we've hung out with yet. I just
He
want to say
is.
that on microphone.
Yeah.
He is, man. He is a down-to-earth cat. He's pretty damn big, man. He's doing some traveling.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They
Stays at Tony's house a lot.
Well, they went on the East Coast tour. The Chi-Chis did the Chicharrones with Lion Eyes. So yeah,
Nice.
Yo. We are doing some interviews and stuff this.
Talk to your microphone.
We're doing some interviews this Sunday, right?
oh yeah, we're gonna do interviews with local artists this
Hey,
Sunday
why
on
don't-
the radio.
What's Sunday?
Let's hit up Coop and see if he'll give a call in.
You just gotta tell him he can't cuss because Coop, he's in 3-6 miles.
Yeah, but he does radio shit all the time. He's used to it.
You're gonna
You
turn
do
it
radio shit all the time too in here.
I know.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's clean.
We want to thank
Redemption Week.
Kingster Bell Pueblo in Colorado Springs, Pipes Peak Canyon City in Colorado Springs, Rub and Grub KC Barbecue, John Martin Professional Contractors and Laborers, Joshua Tattoos, 420 Speakeasy, Mr. Nice Guy, Club Pothole, M&J Construction, Soko MMJ, WePimpStore.com. Everybody for listening.
Marisol Gardens, Marisol Pipes,
Rock Canyon.
Check out
Rocky
Rocky Canyon on
1
Facebook.
month.
WePimpStore.com, and Trog. You're the man.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
thank
dude,
you.
yeah, thank you for the hats again.
Yes, for real. They're dope.
I've been sporting mine all over,
Oh,
getting mad compliments.
because they're dope.
I actually gifted my bucket hat to Haas today.
Really?
Yep, I let go of it and let Haas take possession because he really
I-
digs them.
I gifted my bucket hat to Dio, just basically because it was too small for me.
I gifted my bucket hat and my snapback to myself because that's all I got at my house. Bud won't wear a hat.
It'll be He'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll wear it. I'll wear it. Leave it here. Leave it here. I'll wear it.
You will.
Yeah, and then it'll just be shredded.
He likes to take things to a personal level. Eats them. We the Weed Pimps. We out
Outta
of here
here.
for the day. You have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Yo, Word Wednesday, 420 Speakeasy, 1532 North Circle. Peace.
Smoke one, son.
Weed Pimp Nation, baby. Taking dabs with Diablo, Dustin, Jacob,
And Gary and whoever else comes over to our table.
Weed Pimp for life. Yes,
All right,
sir.
man.
Thank
Peace.
you. Yes, sir. Get him those shirts, Gary.
There, dude. That J.
I don't wanna hear
Why
it.
you keep blaming me? All he has to do is say, J-Dub, these are the sizes. Because I wrote down on a little thing, it's like a large and 2 extra larges.
I wrote down a little thing.
Yeah, it was a sticky note from over there.
Whatever, Gary.
I mean, I had every intention of giving it to J. Dub, and I'm going to say I did, but I'm pretty sure I at one point did it. It's a large and 2 extra large shirts. And that's all we know. We don't even know what we're sitting on.
Man, my wife is super dope. What's that rig all the way down there?
Yeah, she does a lot of that kind of stuff.
I know, because I forget a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. We need to stop the YouTube. It's going to be filming for ever and ever. Like, look at that blank room. I can't wait till Sunday comes and the first song Diablo